Good
Yay. Oh
morning.
my gosh. Good morning. Welcome to It's Your Life and What a Life It Is today. I'm Kelly
It's been
and
an interesting start.
yes.
Yes.
So good morning, everybody. We've had a few challenges this morning and we are talking about mental health. So this is a perfect time to dive in.
Yes, our mental wellness has been tested this morning.
Totally. Yes. And
So,
Amy, obviously you're not at home. Were you in your office? So where are you and what challenges did you have this morning?
well, my internet is not working, and of course, we called after hours yesterday for help, and they were not able to help us because it was after hours. So this morning, I came down to Echo. So I'm at Echo Global Farm, which is down the street from me, and I'm on the porch outside their library. So I'm just,
Awesome.
yes. So I'm
So
glad
you're
they're close
logged in
by, and
there.
they were, yeah. So if I'm a little if I break up, that's why, because I'm outside and I'm using their Wi-Fi. But they were very happy to share with me this morning. So,
Great, great. Well,
so
shout
that was
out to
my
Echo
challenge.
Farms.
Yes, yes.
So my challenge has been I had my a good thing. I had my couch delivered at 7 o'clock this morning that I ordered 3 months ago. But then they delivered my TV stand that I had finally I've been wanting one forever, one of those TV stands with the little fireplace thing in the center. And that's not what I got this morning. And I'm like, the fireplace part is missing. And he's like, no, that's what's on the order form. And I'm like, okay. So, and I looked for an hour for my receipt, can't find that. Deal with that later. But then, for the live, my computer, for some reason, the camera's not working. It says it's on. I've reset it. I've done everything possible. I'm sure it's the operator. And then I tried my phone. My phone wouldn't work. My iPad wouldn't work. And then the light bulb went off, and I remembered I had this, like, probably the cheapest, most inexpensive little laptop computer that I had to buy when another laptop broke about a year ago. And I'm like, I have an extra computer. Yes. And it worked.
This
This
is
one
your
always
go-to
works.
for our lives. Yes.
So here we are,
Well,
finally.
so, and to top it off, I have to share one more thing that's kind of funny. So I kind of get myself ready. I had my hair brushed and everything, and I had kind of put a little bit of makeup on, and I went down to let the animals out and feed them. And, I always fill up new water in their dishes in the morning. And then when I go turn off the hose, I always turn on the hose to let the water drain out, because otherwise it gets really hot in the hose. And I didn't even notice the hose facing my face, and it sprayed directly at my face. My hair was wet, my face was all wet, and I was like, looks like I'm going to have to take a little more time this morning to my
Oh my gosh.
appearance.
That is so funny. Oh
So,
my gosh.
in honor of Mental Health Awareness Week, this is really perfect that this all happened this morning, because it's been a test for our mental
Yes.
wellness.
Yes. A
And
total
I
test.
even
Total test.
was able to get on. I even did it, my meditation this morning. I actually was able to do my meditation. It took me 10 minutes to get there, but I was able to actually have it play. So there's some sort of, some sort of internet that waves in and out. So I was really grateful that I did have that 15 minutes, because I think that helped me manage through the rest of what I was going to do.
See,
To
I
be
haven't
here
done
with you,
mine
Kelly.
yet. I haven't done mine yet. I haven't done my meditation
See?
or read my devotional or anything, and I knew I was going to be home this morning. The delivery said between 7 and 12. Well, lo and behold, at 7:04, they called her at the gate. I'm like, oh, I'm first on the list, evidently. So I hop
Wow.
up. Anyway, it's just been chaos.
Wow.
I finally, literally, just right before we got on this computer, I gave my laptop to my son and I said, $100. I'll give you $100 if you figure out what is wrong with my camera. He's like, okay,
Oh,
because I
okay.
can't
He'll
figure it
probably have it
out.
done before we're even off this.
I know it's probably some silly switch, but I tried everything. And I feel like I have somewhat of a brain and I can think for myself, but I can't figure this one out.
No.
Anyway, so it
Well,
is
we're grateful that we're
mental,
finally on here.
yes, but
Yes.
it is Mental Wellness Week nationwide. So this
Yes.
is
Yes.
our topic for the week is mental health and wellness. So
Yes. And what are we introducing today, Kelly?
today we are introducing our kickoff of our 90-day program of our wellness wheel. And
Yes.
there's if nobody knows what a wellness wheel is, it's actually a tool that we have put together, which we can share. If anybody would like to have a copy of this and do this along with us for the next 90 days, message us or give us an email address and we'll email it over to you, a PDF form. And so the wellness wheel is broken down into 8 different categories. And so over the next 3 months, we're going to cover those 8 categories and talk, one per week. And we're going to go through and discuss that and, offer ways that may be beneficial. If you have questions, certainly reach out, ask us those questions. But mental health is the first of that wheel. But on that wheel, it's like pie slices on the wheel, and you grade yourself, and that 10 being the highest on the outer part of the wheel, and like perfect, perfect mental health. You have no issues, no stress, no worry, no anguish, nothing. You would shade that in, and then then we're going to also do physical, environmental. What are some of the other ones?
Social.
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 Uh,
Yes.
yes.
Recreational.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
And financial.
Financial. Yes, that's the other one.
Yeah.
So then
Yep.
you grade yourself in those categories, and then the ones that are on the low end of the spectrum, like in the 1s and the 2s and 3s, then that's where you're going to need some nourishment. You're going to need some, potential coaching. You're going to need some help, or change the way you do things to kind of help improve those areas.
Yeah.
So mental is the first one for the week.
So what are some things that we have found that help us to manage our mental wellness? Do you want to share some of the things that you find are helpful?
Well, normally, except for today, the first thing I do is I get up, I have my routine. And I think routine is very important for mental stability.
Mm-hmm.
We need some, and I know we can't have routine probably the entire day, but, I get up in the morning, I fix coffee for me, tea for my son. He's doing the home connect for school. And then I take the dogs out, I feed them, and then I go grab my devotional books, and I go sit, either if it's nice out, I'll just sit out on the lanai, and I may spend 15 minutes minimum.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the time to spend more, I will, because I have a couple of books I'm reading too. I might read some of that. I might stay out there for like an hour, and that's a luxury to get that hour, but I love that hour. And then there's a 15-minute meditation that I do every day, which I try to do that before I actually get out of bed, but that doesn't always work. So, yeah, you're getting a little bit of a glare there. This is the sun peeking through
the sun is moving. The sun's not in one place.
You got to move with the sun.
Surprise. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
But
okay, so
but
your
anyway,
morning routine is key for your mental wellness.
Yes, and if I miss it, I notice. I mean, like this morning, I feel like I'm kind of off track. All these obstacles I've encountered this morning. But what about you, Amy? What do you do?
Yeah, I have some similar. I mean, the morning routine is key. And I've started using the Encountering Peace meditation that Kelly's been using for a while. And I'm just loving that. Like, I really miss when I haven't, like with the internet not working, not being able to get on there. Yeah, like yesterday I couldn't get on there. And it just definitely is a different start. I like journaling. I think the days that I've been really intentional about journaling, particularly things that I'm grateful for, so I can kind of set my intentions for the day to be focused on what I'm grateful for. That helps a lot too. Getting outside helps a lot for me. So being inside too much is not mental health. Even when we're away and we're places where it's not as warm, just being outside. I think the sunlight and the fresh air does wonders for us.
Yes.
And even if you do it, throughout the day, or if you're inside and you're working a lot, getting outside can just change your whole frame of mind.
Oh, totally. I
So
totally
those
agree.
are
And I
some,
can't wait. Can't wait for some cooler weather to come our way. I don't know when that's
yeah,
going to
well, it's
happen.
pretty nice sitting right here, actually. I don't know what the temperature
Yeah.
is, but it's actually very comfortable. I'm not hot at all. Yeah, it's a nice shady spot. Yeah. Okay, so
Very good.
I have a quote for today. This is from
Mm.
Gandhi, actually, and for a lot of you that are watching. He once said, "Man is a product of his thoughts. What you think, you become."
That is so
And so,
true.
right, and so it really emphasizes that our thoughts have much power. And so, if we're thinking negatively, that's really what we become. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We become kind of a negative person and only see the negative and act out in those ways. And when we do the opposite, right, positively, and we use affirmations and we use loving words to ourselves and to others, that's what we show. We shine that. Um,
Yes.
Boy, and that's really amplified now, isn't it? During this time, when people can
Oh,
really tune to finding peace in here versus from all the external things and expecting them to give you peace. It's not working for a lot of people. So we just keep praying that people can find the peace inside, versus from, anyone else. So I know you couldn't hear him, but
company.
somebody walked over and said something, and so it took my attention.
But this is so true because think about the people in your life that really struggle mentally. Maybe they're stay in a depressed state, or kind of get stuck in a grieving process, and which can happen. And if
Sure.
that is their main focus all the time, and that's always the thoughts that are on their mind, like what's not going well for me, this never works for me, oh, woe is me, or my life is in shambles, or if you keep replaying whatever it is, if you keep replaying those things, those thoughts in your mind over and over and over, guess what? You're never going to come out of that. And you
Right.
really got to just, find a way to rechannel your energy to something that's positive. And so you can receive some positive energy back. Otherwise,
Mm,
you just keep bombarding your system with negativity and judgment or grief, or just negative energy, and that's all you're going to feel and experience, right? So you got to
yeah.
find a way, if it's meditation or reading or taking a walk in the park, or you know being around somebody else that is a positive influence for you. Same,
Mm-hmm.
surrounding yourself with certain people is almost the same thing as having positive thoughts in your mind. You don't want to be around negative, depressing people all the time. I mean, love them from afar, but
Mm-hmm.
and pray for them. But if it weighs you down and brings you down, recognize that and try to kind of limit yourself to that, because
Yeah.
it negativity breeds negativity, unfortunately, especially
Right. And
today.
it really does affect how we're thinking, right? So it really does impact our whole life, because then our
Mhm.
thoughts really do. If we're thinking negatively, then how we act out in our whole day is different,
Mhm.
right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the mental anguish is a challenge for you, start really thinking about, why is that? Where are you stuck? What is it? What thought process does consumes your thinking and your day?
Mm-hmm.
And journal it,
Mm-hmm.
write it down, and become aware of
Yeah.
that. Some people aren't even aware of
Mm-hmm.
where they're stuck. It's just, it becomes a pattern and a
Yeah.
habit, and it's not good for you. So, if you're
Mm-hmm.
constantly in a state of fear or worry, or paranoia, or, anger or bitterness, any of those things, try to acknowledge it and decode it and get rid of it. You know,
Mhm, mhm.
find a
Well,
way to fill that void with positive energy and positive things, things that bring you joy.
yes. And I think it is difficult for us to do it by ourselves.
Yes.
I know we can both speak from our experiences when we've been stuck in our lives and feeling hopeless or feeling like we're not going anywhere and can't
Hmm.
see how to do it. And that's when we've really sought someone to help us. And I think that's, when it comes to our mental health, I think there's no harm in that. There's no shame in that to say, I really could use someone to talk to about this. I don't know how to figure this out myself, whether it's a counselor or but someone that can be a support in a neutral
Hmm.
way, with no judgment, to help you
Right.
maybe reframe how you're thinking or,
Mhm.
get clarity on where those thoughts are coming from. I mean, for me, I know I had a whole lot of beliefs that I had been living with my whole life, and I was operating under those beliefs. And I couldn't see that because it, like you said, become habits. And I just responded to things based on those beliefs. And it wasn't until I had a coach
Yeah.
that actually helped me recognize that these were beliefs that no longer were serving me, that I could create some
Right.
new beliefs that were more in line with where I wanted to be and how I wanted to live, that I was able to start shifting how I was thinking about things and then do things differently.
Yes.
But I couldn't do that myself, you know?
Right.
So I think when it comes to health, we all need help with that. We all need to have support in multiple ways, whether it's tools like we've learned to do for ourselves. I know exercise is big for my mental health. Being
Mhm.
outside, getting into nature, going to bed early. It's like I know things that help me. But until you do know those things or you're, you know, feeling really discouraged, that's when we can help each other, and
Right.
I'm glad we did. I think we should have more than just 1 week to be having awareness in mental health, because I feel like it's still a very um, underserved area in our
Totally.
country.
Yes.
And I think that's why you and I are drawn to coaching, because I feel like it's our way of helping people create change and new thoughts and that lead to transforming their lives. Because we're not counselors, but we certainly do help people create new ways of thinking and doing things.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had dinner with a very dear friend of mine last night, and she and I were talking about the same topic about how, we're a product of our past, on, what, our experiences from our childhood or early on in life, create our belief system. And then that belief system is what, you know, feeds our experiences as we grow up and get older. And if it's something that is not good or healthy, we need to recognize that. And like I said, most people don't recognize that. I mean, you and I have coached each other on these topics and things we've uncovered for each other that we really didn't realize. It's like, it takes that outside person, whether it's a life coach or health coach, or whether it's a family member, somebody to help you recognize that and acknowledge that, and then peel back the
Mhm.
layers and figure out how to change how that's affecting you, is key. But
Right.
you said something about, you just mentioned about, about our country. And I had talked to you about this earlier this week about The Secret. Have you seen the movie The
Hmm.
Secret, or
Yeah.
the documentary
Yeah.
called The Secret? If
Yeah.
anybody out there has not watched this documentary, watch it. It's amazing. And it's all about putting the positive energy out there in the world, and you put it out there,
Mhm.
you're going to get it back. So I have an app on my phone called Daily Teachings from The Secret.
Yeah.
Ironically, I just,
Good.
as we were talking, I pulled up today's October 9th. I'm going to read this real quick. This is beautiful for where we are in
Right.
our world
Totally.
right
Okay.
now. So, change in a country begins with one person. Each country
Mm.
reflects the inner peace or turmoil of its mass population. And so, as one person changes, they affect the rest of the population. One person has the power within them to bring massive change to their country through immense love, and peace within themselves. But you cannot bring about peace and well-being in your country unless you have conquered them in your own life. Do you see? You cannot. I know, this is beautiful. Do you see? You cannot give what you do not have. Each person's job is to bring utter harmony into their own life, and then they will become the greatest human gift for their country and the world. That
Yay.
gives me
That's
just sent
awesome.
a chill down my spine. Isn't that beautiful?
I love
I love
that.
it.
Yeah. So something that stood out to me when you were saying that, when you were reading that to us,
Mhm.
is really when we can find the harmony inside ourselves,
Mhm.
then we will reflect that out to the world. And so if we're grabbing at things outside here and expecting it to bring us peace and solve our problems and be all the answers, it's not going to work. It's never going to work.
No, right.
So it really is up to each of us to find that peace, and then be that peace, right? So that we can
Yeah.
be responding with love and kindness to the people around us. Um, and even if not to you, it really, I mean, the expression "kill them with kindness" came from somewhere. I mean, it's like, it doesn't mean that we have to respond the same way back. And I
Right.
think with Mental Health Awareness Week, somebody is struggling. They do have something that they're working on or hurting right now. Just giving them some grace and understanding is the best place to start, because um, they may not even be aware of what's going on yet,
Right.
and then
Right.
trying to help them get to where they can get some help, whether you're the person that helps them or you show them the way to someone else that can help them. um, but yeah, good, that was perfect for today.
Wasn't it? I mean, I looked down, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was meant to be right there. It's finding that peace and harmony. And, it's, you even were Amy coaching me this week on, career struggle. And,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because I have some other spinning plates on the outer edge of the coaching thing, and I'm kind of was struggling with it. And
Mm-hmm.
you put me through this exercise, and it was very, I mean, it opened my eyes like, wow, I really can
Mm-hmm.
see where I need to spend my focus and what really brings me peace and harmony, and what
Mm-hmm.
does not, what weighs me down. And, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, that's a definitive answer. When you really internalize and try to experience, how do things make you feel? Being around that
Yeah.
person that's negative all the time, think about that. Well, how does it make you feel? Weighs you down. Okay. Find
Mm-hmm.
something that brings you
Yeah.
peace and joy. Peace and joy and
Yeah.
harmony. Find
Well,
find that venue, that path, and then see how it can change your life.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And do you feel more at peace now that you made that decision?
Mhm. I mean, there's some steps I
Yeah.
need to take, but yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, definitively.
That's awesome. All right,
Anyway,
we've got a
so
couple people
guess,
who are tuning in here. Sorry, I know there's a delay here, so we're getting cut off here.
yeah.
My mom's here. Mom's here.
Oh, hi,
I don't know who
Barbara.
this other person, but someone said good morning, Kelly. I don't know
Good
who this
morning.
one is, but they don't have a
I
name.
don't know. Anonymous. Hello,
Sometimes it
Anonymous.
says a name and sometimes it doesn't.
And
It's
yeah,
someone
the name
that
doesn't come
knows
up.
you, I think.
Oh,
That's
good morning.
okay.
Oh, and guess what
So let's,
today's national day? Guess what today's national day is?
yes, I know what it is. So what is it?
It's national. It is National Moldy Cheese Day. Why?
Woohoo!
What? Who?
I don't know. For all of you people that
Moldy
love
Cheese
moldy
Day.
cheese, this day is for you.
I was cracking up. I'm like, oh, I usually throw it away when it gets moldy, but now it's National Moldy Cheese Day.
Well, celebrate with it first. Say happy day, and then you can throw it
Happy
away.
and throw it away. Oh my
Yes,
God, that was
yes.
funny. I got a kick out of that one.
Okay, so we should let everyone know that we will be doing our Wellness Wednesdays on Wednesday, hopefully in the
Yes.
future, barring any more technical issues like we had this week.
A
So
ton
you can
of
look
them.
for us
Oh
in
my
the
God.
morning. the morning time, we're not going to give you an exact time because clearly Kelly and I technical issues. So sometime early morning, somewhere between 8:30 and 9, hopefully. We hope to be on here to share that week's wellness. And so this week we're focusing on mental wellness. So some of our posts are going to be geared towards that. Some of the tips and tools that we have shared with our clients and that we use in our life as well to help manage our mental wellness, because it's a daily journey for us as well, just to keep things in check and get the support that we need. Yeah. So let us know how we can support you.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, and check us out, follow us on Instagram too. And I think we've got our name straightened out now. It's Reclaim Your Life Coaching.
Yep.
No underscores, no anything else.
Nope.
It's Reclaim Your Life Coaching. We've kind of been restructuring Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook, we're still having a few glitches, but we're there. Just type in Reclaim Your Life Coaching.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
It's a process.
And a big shout out to our marketing expert, Lindsay, who's been helping us with everything. So we're very grateful for her. So
very grateful for Lindsay. She's a godsend for us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
prayer.
Pardon me?
All right. I said it was an answer to prayer. We were
it was
asking
an answer
to find
prayer.
A marketing person. Yeah.
It's like, we need to focus on coaching and, but we need to do some marketing. And who do we know? Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes.
Anyway,
so that's why our Facebook and Instagram looks much better.
Everything's looking good. So, okay, everybody, have a great weekend and really think about your mental health and what, you can do to feed that in a positive way and eliminate some of the negative or the stressors in your life that are really weighing you down or not serving you well. Because remember,
it's your life.
Yes. You froze for a minute.
Bye.
Bye.